Hello, my name is Sue Sweetek. I'm the owner of Hubba Hubba Foods in York, Maine. We've got a snowy day going on here in Maine today, so we're gonna make a delicious pot of chili chicken soup. So let's get started. First of all, we're gonna start with our recipe. If you have met me at a festival or you've placed an online order, you are familiar with these because you receive a recipe card with every single spice you purchase from us. So we're gonna follow our chili chicken soup recipe, which starts with 2 boxes of store-bought chicken soup, chicken broth. These are 32-ounce boxes. You can buy chicken stock if you prefer, or chicken broth. It's completely up to you. If you need to control your salt levels, you can get the unsalted. That's perfectly fine. Either way, we're going to be tasting the soup at the end for the salt level, so you can be able to adjust it at that point. So let's get these out of our way. Okay, next ingredient is our beans. So I have drained and rinsed 2 15-ounce cans of black beans. This is one of the steps in our recipe that you'll be able to customize the soup to your taste. I like black beans. You can do 1 can of pinto beans, 1 can of kidney beans. It's completely up to you. So let's get those beans in the pot next. Okay. And next ingredient is our hip to the chili. This is a blend of seasonings that include cumin, chilies, oregano, a little bit of salt, and a few other ingredients. And it's going to take 4 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Next is tomatoes. This is 1 14-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes. Again, this is one of those moments where I'm doing it to my taste. I happen to like the petite diced, little tiny diced tomatoes. If you want, or if you can only find at your grocery store crushed tomatoes, that will work. The bigger diced tomatoes will work. So do what's easiest for you. Okay, next ingredient is the chicken, because of course this is chicken soup. I like to make my life easier and use frozen chicken tenderloins. This is 1 pound. I'm gonna put that right in, still frozen. If you prefer, you can use fresh, or you can use boneless, skinless chicken thighs if you like the dark meat. Again, this is about what makes it easy for you and what you like to taste. And the last ingredient is a ½ teaspoon of salt. So let's get that in there. And again, as I mentioned, we're gonna taste this at the end. So if the salt level needs to be adjusted at the end, you can do that. Okay, get that on the stove. I've got one all ready for us here. So as I mentioned, we built that last pot of soup in the Dutch oven, but this batch I made in my multi-cooker. So I cooked it about 6 hours on the slow cooker setting, or you could even do it as a pressure cooker. Now here's the fun part. We are gonna shred that chicken. One way you could do it is pull the chicken out of here, put it on a plate, and use 2 forks and shred it apart. But I want this to go even faster. You can see this chicken is falling apart as I take it out. There's a few more pieces in here. Okay. Oh, there's the last one. It's trying to avoid me. Okay. So I'm going to use a hand mixer. Get that right in there. I know there's some beans in there. Don't worry about it. I'm going to turn this on. And we've got shredded chicken. Okay. Back in the pot it goes. You can hear I have dogs in my family, and they do not want me to let them keep keep them out of the kitchen. Okay, all the chicken back in the pot. Give that a stir. And we've got 8 ounces of frozen fire roasted corn. Again, this recipe is about keeping your life simple. If you can't find frozen fire roasted corn, plain frozen corn, even a can of corn will work. Let's get that in the pot. Okay. Give it a stir. And that corn is already cooked. So it was already thawed as well. So we're just waiting for this to become warm, and then we are going to serve it. But first, actually, I want to give this a taste. Oh, I've got a spoon right here. So we're testing for seasoning. Ooh, a little bit of background heat. The salt is perfect. I do not want to change one thing about that. So we're going to serve that up. Look at that. That is yummy. So this is where the fun comes in. I am first going to top this with some cheese. And from the heat of the soup, it's going to melt and get all ooey gooey. Highly technical term. I also like adding some black olives. You could add some sliced avocado, fresh cilantro, a little pico de gallo would be wonderful. And last but not least, this is my favorite part. This is where I get to play with my food. I take some tortilla chips, give it a crumble, and scatter on top. And let's give that a taste. Oh, look at the cheese pull. Mmm. Mmm. This is so much fun. It's delicious. It's a snowy day here in Maine, and this is just what the doctor ordered. The recipe for this soup is in the comments. I hope you give it a try and let us know what you think. Enjoy.